my little party animals. Hiphiprenee here today with a brand new speed build for you. And I'm sure that by now you have noticed that you didn't actually see me build any of this build. I have had a heck of a morning, you guys. Oh my Lanta, I cannot even begin to explain all of the things that I have been dealing with trying to edit this video. So I thank God I build in sections and I record everything kind of bit by bit. So I very rarely actually sit down and do like a full build and record the full build all at one time. And I am patting myself on the back for not having done this with this particular build because we have 30 full minutes of just straight up lost footage here. So I'm going to try and explain this as best I can because I am not a computer person, first off, and I have no clue what happened with this footage. So the footage is not actually gone. I still have the footage, and when I open it up, just like in my computer normally, not with Adobe, it all looks fine. The first section of this build looks totally fine, and then I went in today to start, editing my video and everything like that, and I put in the first section, which is the actual physical building of this build. And whenever it plays in Adobe Premiere Elements, it's fully zoomed in. So you can't actually see me doing anything. You can't see me doing anything in the footage for some reason. So I have been on like the Adobe forums all morning. I have been asking every single person I know that uses Premiere Elements, and I cannot figure out what is going on. So I had like a full-on heart attack because I was like, oh my God, I worked so hard on this build. And on top of that, this is a collab and it's due today. So I'm not like the type of person that, I am very forgetful. I will fully admit that, but I am not the type of person to forget a collab and have to contact the person I'm collabing with and be like, wow, sorry, I know that your build is going up in like an hour, but I can't do it today. That's not me. That's not who I am. I am always very good about making sure that my collabs are in on time. I don't ever want to put someone else out, especially if they are doing a collab with me. It's just not right. It's just not okay to, kind of walk out on a collab at the last second. So I was flipping out. I was having a full-on heart attack. I was like, oh my God, how am I possibly going to get this up today? I don't know what I'm going to do. So I'm freaking out. And finally I was like, okay, let me try a different video. Let me see if this is happening to every single screen capture that I put into Adobe Premiere Elements and see if maybe it's an issue with the program and not with the recording. Let me see what's going on. So I have some recording of a house that I am working on for Hip Hip Rebuilds for a family that was created for me by Zamboxious-Sims, and I put that into Adobe. And I watched through the entire bit of footage. It was like 30 minutes of footage, and I watched through the entire thing, and it was fine. There was nothing going on with it. It was perfectly zoomed out the way that it needed to be, and I was like, okay, so maybe it's just this footage. And it was at that point that I realized I had only been trying to edit the first bit of footage from this build. So I decided I'm going to go in, I'm going to check out the other 3 sections of this build and see if this is happening to all 4 of the screen captures that I had recorded, or if it is just the first one where I actually did the physical build. And it seems so far like it is only the first part that I am having issues with. So That being said, that was a very long-winded explanation of why you didn't actually get to see me build this entire build, which I'm really disappointed about because this is an underwater build, and I think the exterior on this looks super cool. I am so proud of the way that it came out. This is another build. I feel like I've been doing this a lot recently where I've been jumping out of my comfort zone, and I was so proud and happy of the way that this came out. So I am very, very disappointed that you guys don't get to see the actual full build. But of course, I have all the screenshots at the end, so you will be able to see those. I am so sorry you guys did not get to see the actual physical build of this. It was really challenging, I'm not gonna lie. I had a lot of issues with trying to get the roofing to lay on the ground where, you know, there was underwater bits or, you know, under the ground types of bits of the build. It was just, this whole thing was a nightmare. And I have ArtsNStuffGaming to thank for this nightmare. So ArtsNStuffGaming, if you guys remember when I first restarted my channel, I had started off with a lake house, and then a few weeks later, I had gotten contacted by ArtsNStuffGaming, and they had asked me, do you want to do a build battle? So ArtsNStuffGaming actually does all of their builds on console, which to me is just impressive in itself because I have like zero motor skills when it comes to using consoles of really any kind. I'm really good with the Switch, but other than that, like if you hand me a PlayStation controller or an Xbox controller, whatever game we are playing, my character is going to walk into walls continuously until we stop playing. I for whatever reason, it just doesn't make sense in my brain. And I think it's because I didn't really have video game consoles while I was growing up. The ones that I did, I had, you know, like an N64. So I feel like an N64, the buttons and the controls on that are very similar to what you would have used with like your Game Boy or your Game Boy Advance or even your Switch. So I was a little bit better with that, but I also really only played Harvest Moon, so it's not like I really played anything that required, you know, I wasn't playing GoldenEye with my friends constantly. I did have GoldenEye, but again, I lost every single time I played the game because no motor skills. So, you know, I am very impressed that ArtsNStuffGaming does all of their builds on console. I think that's fantastic. I couldn't do that. I would be back to just making boxes, guys. If I had to actually build on console, it would not turn out well. So I'm really impressed with that. But ArtsNStuffGaming plays on console, and they do a ton of collabs. Like almost every single video from ArtsNStuffGaming is a collab. And I think it's really impressive that they found a workaround to them being on console and other players being on the PC. So basically, what ArtsNStuffGaming does is they do build battles. So whether it be coming up with an idea, such as the lake house that we had done together, or recreating the same type of house, or recreating from, you know, the same inspiration photo, something like that. They really make it work for themselves, and I think that's awesome. I think that's super cool. I really love how they do that. So we decided that we were going to do an underwater build, and let me tell you, I regret everything about this build. It was so hard. It was so challenging. You can see all the craziness that's going on outside right now that we are just kind of placing around some random bushes and things like that. I had a heck of a time trying to do this, but we had come up with the idea that we were going to do an underwater build, and then we had a few requirements that we had to do. So each of our builds had to have 3 bedrooms, which is totally fine. 3 bedrooms is a great amount of bedrooms. Absolutely love it. Yes, let's do 3 bedrooms. We also had to include like a movie theater. So when ArtsNStuffGaming decided to kind of come up with a little bit more of a challenge as far as us doing 3 bedrooms, movie theater, things like that, I had already been halfway through this build, and I had already done most, if not all, of my layout at that point. So then I started to panic and I was like, oh my God, now I have to find a place to put a movie theater in this build. Where on earth am I going to be able to fit a movie theater? I have no idea. Hopefully I can make it work. And I did end up making it work. So I am not gonna lie, pretty impressed with myself. I do think that this build turned out pretty cool. While I'm watching this back, I am noticing that this particular clip is a little jumpy. Hopefully, once I get everything all rendered and kind of fixed and everything like that, hopefully you're not seeing that in the actual video. If you are, I am so sorry. I really don't want to be cutting out any more of this build than I already had to. So, we're gonna hopefully live with the fact that either this is jumpy or maybe it's just during the playback while I am doing the voiceover, because I don't render my videos or anything like that until I finish my voiceover portion. So fingers crossed, you guys. I don't know. I was having a time with this particular build. I don't know what was going on with OBS, if it was an OBS issue, if it was just something happened with my computer, or if Adobe Premiere Elements, just for whatever reason, did not like that video clip. I still don't know what happened. I'm still honestly trying to fix it, just so if it happens again in the future, I'm not in a blind panic again. I want to know how to be able to fix that if it does happen again. But it is what it is. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this build regardless of my many technical issues. I feel like I'm constantly having technical issues. I just need to win the lottery or something so I can just hire someone else to edit all of my videos, because guys, I don't know, computers, they're just not my thing. They're just so not my thing, and I don't know what I'm doing. So this is where I ended up putting the movie theater. My original plan for this room was it was just going to be the living room, and I was looking at my layout and everything like that, and yes, the bedrooms are really large, but just the way that kind of the pathing works as far as this particular build, I really couldn't find another place to be able to get a separate living room or a separate movie theater and have the Sims be able to reach it without having to go through another bedroom or a bathroom or anything like that. So I do end up putting a little mini living room, and it's kind of just tucked right underneath the stairs that you come down on. So it ended up working out fine. And this movie theater, honestly, you can really just use this as a living room. It has the TV in there. It has all of the seating that you need. There's these shelves in the back so you can make your popcorn, so you can watch your movies with your popcorn. If you don't watch movies with popcorn, I don't know who you are. Movies and popcorn go together. They just do. And then I was having issues with everything saying you can't place objects on top of other objects. I don't know what it was with this build, guys. This is the cursed build. I swear to God, it was just cursed. And I kept trying to move around these paintings. I was like, maybe it's because the paintings are in the way, which is really silly, because you should be able to place something right in front of a painting. I don't know what was going on. This is my life today. I don't know. I just don't know. And I feel awful about just everything about this build. But, I do think it turned out really great. It's just all of this video footage and then some of the actual building itself I was just having some problems with, guys. I don't know. It's just this one did not want to cooperate with me. But obviously, down in the description box below, you will be able to find Arts and Stuff Gaming's channel. Like I said before, we have collabed before, and then Arts and Stuff Gaming reached out and said, hey, do you want to do another build battle? And of course, I really enjoy things like this because, when you're working with someone, first off, it's really fun. I love doing collabs, but I've been a little cuckoo crazy lately as far as, my time management and things like that. Again, I have my dance recital coming up soon, which is very stressful. If you're not a dance teacher or you've never done dance, it is very stressful. It's the big thing at the end of the year. So I'm really working hard to make sure all of my dances are done and they look clean and presentable for the stage and everything like that. So I have been, a little busy as far as just my real life is concerned. So it was nice to be able to do a collab where I didn't have to worry about, well, I have to get this person a shell and they have to have time to furnish it or vice versa. So it was really nice to be able to just kind of work on a build just alone by myself, but also at the same time be working with somebody else. So it was really fun. I really enjoyed doing these. If anybody else wants to do a build battle, definitely reach out to me. My Twitter, my Instagram, my email, they're all in the description box down below, so you can definitely reach out to me that way. If you want to reach out to me as far as joining the Sims streamers and YouTubers group, we also do collabs together every 2 weeks. So we kind of flip-flop between doing build collabs and create a sim collabs. Earlier today, you did see a create a sim collab from that group. So I did Sansa Stark. We did a Game of Thrones collab, in celebration of the final season of Game of Thrones. So if you want to join that, the description box below will have the link to that Facebook group as well. So you can definitely join us over there. But I think this turned out really great. We had a master bedroom, we had a kind of a more teenager's bedroom, and then we are currently working on a double children's bedroom. So there are 2 beds in here. I assumed it would be for 2 children. The teenager's room as well as the kids' room does have a connecting Jack and Jill bathroom. There is also a bathroom in the master bedroom, and then there is a bathroom for the actual house itself. So there are plenty of bathrooms in here, plenty of bedrooms, plenty of spaces for your Sims to be able to move around. Upstairs on the exterior, when we go through the screenshots, you will see that there's kind of like a little seating area with some gardening things. There's a pool/patio area. Obviously, with this entire build being surrounded by pool, we definitely had to have an area where your Sims could actually go swimming and, spend some time outside in the pool, that kind of thing. And then behind the little gazebo that you'll see, that's actually the entryway for the house. So I did end up putting a full gate around the entire exterior of the lot. And that really kind of acts as the front door here because there is no actual door to get into this build. It's just a staircase that leads straight downstairs and you're in the house. Congratulations. So that's why that gate is there. That's why that fencing is there. I didn't want Sims to be, just like walking into your house like, hey, what's going on? Like there's no door. So that's just how it is. But behind that little gazebo, there is like a little kind of patio barbecue style area. So there's some nice living spaces inside the build as well as outside the build. I do want to thank ArtsNStuffGaming for thinking of me again for this build battle. It was a lot of fun as much as I just complained during this video. I'm not complaining about the collab or even really the build itself. I'm just complaining that I had a lot of technical issues going into fixing this recording. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We are going to be heading into the screenshots. So if you guys enjoyed this build, please give it a thumbs up down below. If you're new here or you're not new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell so you get notifications every single time I post a new video. Definitely head over to ArtsNStuffGaming's channel so you can see their version of an underwater house, and let us know in the comments below who you think did a better job with this underwater house. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!